This is the story of a YouTuber named Ben. Ben made YouTube videos for fun in the house where he lived when he was child number 003. Child 003's hobby was simple. He sat at his desk in the computer room and he played video games and edited them. Games came in when he found them and he played them with his friends, usually as a weekly thing late at night. This is what Child 003 did every time he felt like it, every month over the last year. While others may have considered it repetitive and boring, Ben relished every moment playing video games with friends who came in the call to watch him play, as though he has been born to do the exact thing. Ben was happy. Then he stopped editing videos as often because he got really lazy. He got so lazy, in fact, that there was more than a month gap between his videos. Obviously, he had the excuse of, well, school finals, but now it's summer and he has no excuse. Anyway, he saw that the game, the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, was coming out, and as he played the original game, he thought it'd be cool to record playing that game while his friends watched him. This video was recorded on May 7th at 11:50 p.m., and it's just now starting to get edited on June 4th. He's very lazy. I made this section to be hard on myself, start the time video.
I can hear audio.
Okay, cool. I have played the Stanley Parable before myself, so I should choose yes.
Wait, what did that say? I couldn't read it.
It said, have you played the Stanley Parable before?
I wonder what that changes.
Fine, there it is. First things first. Yep, we're all good. The end is loading.
Nev.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. Stanley was happy.
Oh no, he's in the Gary's
And
mod
then one
dark
day,
room.
something very peculiar happened. Something that
Actually, sorry, narrator.
would forever change Stanley.
There we go.
Something he would never quite forget.
Why did you turn him down?
He had been at his
Oh,
desk
because I
for
couldn't
nearly
hear
an
you.
hour when he
Oh.
realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I love the broom closet ending. I should tell all my friends about the broom closet ending.
Dang it. You can't, I got an achievement that said you can't jump. There we go. Now you can see any achievements. Actually, no, you can't see it. But the recording
Yeah,
can.
I didn't see anything.
Yeah, I got an achievement that said,
All of his
try to
coworkers
jump,
were
but you
gone.
can't.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I want to jump.
Wait, does that mean that the weird, the white room ending is gone?
No. I'll get to that later.
Alright.
You couldn't jump in the original game either.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
He entered
the
a door on his left. Void. Look at that, it's the void.
Yet there was not a single
Whiteness.
person here either. Feeling a wave
This
of
box is too
disbelief,
small.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office,
Rest in
hoping
peace,
he might find an
Frames.
answer there.
Franz. Jim. Look.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
It's a broom.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet.
It's my favorite.
No reason to still be here.
Yes.
I'm gonna go back after this and play the original. I feel like I'm supposed to be commentating more, but whatever.
Well, we'll probably be commenting when you get to the new stuff.
Baffling that
Yeah.
Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way.
I've been
As it
so
is,
conditioned
he's
by
literally
video
just
games that
standing
whenever
there
I see
doing
something
sweet
like a
nothing.
wrench or a broom sitting on the floor, I think, oh, he's gonna pick it up and start using it as a melee weapon. But no, this isn't no ordinary game.
Yeah, I'll do the broom closet ending later.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
We're doing
That's
things
fun.
by the books at first.
The one thing you gotta do is the 8. The best. Eight.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again
Eight.
stunned to discover not an
Eight.
indication of any
Eight.
human life.
Eight.
Shocked,
Jim.
unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known
Oh,
this.
fine.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Why-
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened
That was weird.
passageway.
Why'd it go dark?
I feel like that room that you were just in used to be smaller.
I wonder if it's still in Source Engine.
Jeez, the loading screens are much more plentiful in this one.
Descending deeper into the building.
I mean, it's also really
Stanley
fast because of my
realized he
good
felt a
computer.
bit peculiar.
Yeah.
There was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh, it's broken. Wait, no, I didn't want to do that.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually
Well,
got
this
out
is
into
new.
the elevator and went
That was an
down.
accident.
Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Wait, is there just gonna be an elevator fun time ending where you just keep going up and down?
Looks like I can't go back down.
Aw.
Geez, this is new.
Well, it looks like you've been
Here we
roped
are,
into
Stanley.
something new.
It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have. An incisive rapid fire of critical plot points,
He's really going
one
on.
after the other, weaving
Yeah.
a rich tapestry
Because I accidentally
of
pushed the up
compromising
button.
narrative. Wow.
Going
I
up.
bolted to the edge of my seat.
Why is the white circle showing up for some things?
No way, it's the dream diving circle. Are you gonna start manifesting?
I tried. Oh,
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
I still can't jump. That's sad.
Why can you crouch, though?
Do I want to? It's
Well, I
new
mean,
content.
if it's gonna just be the basic
Did you
Stanley
think we
Parable
were going
story
to
over and over
walk down
again.
the spooky corridor?
No,
No.
I don't mean
It's
over and
time
over again. I
once
mean
again to go
for
back
this
up
run.
in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
Why do I feel short?
I actually don't know.
Gonna be different.
Oh my god. It's the boss's office.
No, wait, really?
Absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a timeout here for a minute while I process this.
I can't believe it. Incredible.
Wow, incredible job.
Okay, I'm ready.
You did it.
Stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No, I need more time to process.
Look at that mug. Like, the handle is tilted.
Oh, that's a weird mug.
Yeah.
The perspective's all wrong on it.
Yeah, also the bird's drinking coffee instead of water.
Fully come to terms with
Probably
it.
gonna break.
I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Where's your shot?
Of course.
Dang it.
Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before.
Elevator
No
fun.
frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory
Escalating
Stanley's decision-making
troubles.
is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of
So I wonder why they
storytelling
asked me if
that
I'd
has
played
grown
this game
stale
before.
and repetitive.
Huh?
I said I wonder why they asked me if I played this game before.
Maybe they changed the base ending. Or maybe it's literally just to make you expect something new. If you say yes,
It's entirely possible.
because
You know,
knowing these developers,
I just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, The agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess.
What if
that's
it's
the real
what if
thrill.
it's the ending?
Oh, I simply don't want to let
This
that
is better
feeling
than the
go.
broom closet
It's so
ending.
precious,
Yeah,
so fleeting.
because there's something to do.
Why don't we take this
I'd like to
elevator
imagine
ride
that
in
the
life?
final ending is just the elevator falls and you die.
There we go. Isn't this so
Oh.
much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays
This
the
is
only
like the
thing
Legend of
stopping us
Zelda
in
chest
town
opening
is being
animation.
shocked as loudly
Oh.
and frequently as possible.
Da,
We
da,
want
da,
big,
da.
explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment
Are we
the
gonna
things
just
get
launch up?
started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises, to have to think and to anticipate, and then to marvel at the eventual reveal?
I like
This
pressing
is
button.
storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years, and it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over
I
and
did this
over.
to myself.
Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all
Man,
the time.
I think
and
the
we all
narrator's
know
making
it,
some
which is why
sense
we're
right
so
now.
starved for
Why is there a
content
truck?
that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive? That's why people like you so much, Stanley.
The poor
Because you're
modelers had
prepared
to make
spit
all
in
of
the
this
face of tradition.
for like one throwaway gag.
You know, people look up to you, which is why. Oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but well, I've gathered.
Yo,
a
hey,
little
it's
critical
mere
mass
millions.
so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not
What is it?
much for the public eye,
We're
but I
almost there.
thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them.
There's
for the
something new?
better. Oh, good. Wait.
No way.
Worth a shot.
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
How we did it.
The guy who went to Mars live.
All eyes on
Stanley.
Stanley. Stanley.
Stanley.
Ah, yes, here it is. Just through
Stanley
this-
Parable Stanley. The man,
Tonight.
the process, the legend, the parable. Stanley from the Stanley Parable.
No way, it's Sans Undertale from Sans.
Wait, is this that one robot from that one video where it spins the bowling ball really fast?
Yeah, it's you know that that's used in actual car making
No.
manufacturing places.
No, it's the spinning bowling ball.
You ready?
I took a tour of Toyota and they had like 90 of those and they were on industrial. Why is the carpet pattern on the flag of Brazil?
Don't worry, you'll do great.
I don't
Just be
know.
yourself and speak from the
I
heart.
wasn't paying attention.
I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get them.
The freedom ending.
Alright,
I
I did play the demo. Break
Wait,
away.
go back. Newbie's Adventure.
Where's NA?
Yeah,
Where is it? I can't see it.
it's orange and
Oh,
circular.
oh.
It totally doesn't say Narrator Airlines. It says Newbie's Adventure. Aw. Stanley Me David, age 6. Story.
Break the leg, champ. Your boss. It says that twice.
Wait, look at it again. It's the exact same font. That means he printed it.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
There's also references to other endings somehow.
Up and down and up again. Isn't that the elevator that you were just on? I love stock images.
Yeah. Oh,
The Lord.
meet and greet. Doing great. Man, I love this new content.
Yeah, the Stanley Parable energy is immaculate. Stanley. Oh, I guess Stanley has a face now. That's creepy. Oh no, he has tetanus.
Fellas, I'm going to say the... No, 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 no. No.
Is there no narrator? This is creepy.
Stanley simply
Oh,
couldn't
never mind.
handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except bad.
I'm stuck. I'm stuck.
Stanley thought to himself, is to wait.
No, I'm not thinking this. I want out.
In here I can be happy forever.
I want
I will
out.
be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a
I wonder if there's an ending for jumping into the crowd. Probably not.
It's probably. I think there's a invisible walls.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
That's how you get to the...
Hilarious.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary.
You did
into
good.
The nature of video game
Game.
structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration?
Oh,
And
wow.
Mrs. Rich, perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Yeah, I'm not doing it
Stanley
again.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks. No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go
Is this
all
me
the
or is
way,
the
no matter
narrator
what
kind
the
of sound like
cost.
a Half-Life
Why
1
don't you go
scientist?
put 20 clicks into door number 417?
You know who ate all the donuts.
I ate the donuts.
Freeman, you
Freeman, you
fool!
fool!
Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Freeman,
I can't take much more of this.
shut
All
up,
right,
shut
all
up.
right, all right, you fool! No, I
I
want
don't
him
want
to
to
die.
die.
No,
Excellent.
ah!
I think we're getting somewhere. Now,
Freeman,
door
Donuts,
Freeman,
415.
Freeman, you
donuts,
Give it 10
fool!
clicks
fool.
or so.
I can't take much more of this. Shut up, shut
Quick,
up,
it's
shut
about
up,
to go critical.
shut up.
Shut up,
Now, back to door number
shut up, you
437.
fool! No, I don't want to die. No.
Ah, no, I don't want to die. Ah.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine. All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Woohoo! Walking, walking, walking,
Gameplay.
rolling. Down to the beach, I'm strolling. I missed it.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
Oh, hey, you can do that ending now.
This is great. You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
Woo! Yeah,
We've
baby!
almost got it. Now the copy machine, do that one again.
That's what I'm waiting for. That's what it's all about.
Finish
Woohoo!
it off, Stanley.
Yeah!
5 clicks on door 430.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes, we did it. Oh, wow.
Achievement
That's
unlocked.
amazing.
Gameplay.
Oh,
Yes.
you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were
To
those?
the beach, I'm strolling. When I'm lying there swimming.
When Stanley came
Help
to a set
me,
of 2
please,
open
the
doors, into
seagulls.
the door on his left.
Broke your knees. Ooh, ah, ooh, ooh, ah,
Something.
ooh, ah.
Yet there was
Something
not a
tells me that the
single
reason
body
I asked you if you played Stanley
Feeling a
Parable before
wave of disbelief,
is to
Stanley
change
decided
the
to go
normal
up to his
follow
boss's
everything
office. Onto the
ending
staircase,
to
Stanley
something
walked
else.
upstairs to his
So
boss's
could you try
office.
speedrunning that? Because I'm curious.
I am.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a
Even
single
they
minute
know.
to just let the
Yeah.
narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
I'm as high as I can be.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into
That's
the
what happened.
opened passageway.
And we're back here in the elevator.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Later.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in
Employee
someone else's
pirate.
control? Never. It was unthinkable.
No, I didn't notice
Wasn't
that.
it? Was it even possible?
I saw that
Had
as
he
it was going
truly
up.
spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Didn't let him finish. Pat.
Speedrun ending. He's just like tired of you.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been
What could it
freed
mean?
from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness.
Is it going any faster?
Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
Huh.
No longer would anyone tell
Hey,
him
this
where
looks
to
way
go,
better.
what to do,
Yeah.
or how to
It
feel.
used to be just like 4
Whatever
Half-Life
life
2
is,
assets.
it will be his.
But now it's like got a house and
That was
everything.
all he needed to know.
Looks
It
awesome.
was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped.
Wait, so
through a
was this
hidden
the only entrance? Is this like some Aperture Science hokey business where it's all underground?
I guess.
Considering the fact that there was that long elevator ride up to the office.
I
Wait a
went
minute.
down in the elevator.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation,
What?
the immense possibility
Well-
of the new path before him. This was exactly the
How
way
does this building
right
make
now
any structural sense?
things were meant to
It doesn't.
happen. And Stanley was happy.
Oh yeah, there couldn't it couldn't be below ground because there are windows.
I beat it.
Huh? Nothing.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed
There's
a
always
memo.
more. The end is never the end. New content?
New content? What does that mean? New content.
So I was right.
New content.
Take the faring well.
New
Ooh.
content.
Oh no, it's on a rail.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
That's what I'm playing.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Woohoo!
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Are you moving?
Is it broken? What's
Oh.
going on there? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been
new
more
content.
ready. Let's do it.
The new content.
I'm so ready for this.
I'm ready.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if, Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Give me the content.
All right.
You can jump?
Right, let's see it.
Jump circle.
The jump circle?
What's with the poorly drawn circle? Like, it's not even a decal, it's just a bunch of,
It's tape.
Oh. Well, that's cool. I wonder if they had to code this back in.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
No. I got the jump. It was the most beautiful thing ever.
Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
To me, yes, it does.
Then I could just read you the whole dictionary.
It
There's
does,
3 hours
Pat.
of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more.
Yes. I love this content.
I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Stanley. This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than
This is amazing.
$1.
Yes.
And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore."
I saw that.
Quality assurance department signed off on this. I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter. And hold them to
Twitter?
account.
The narrator has Twitter?
It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid.
Wait a minute.
It could never
I
have
need to
been
find the
done
voice actor for the narrator and see if they actually did
Why
this.
don't we just
Knowing the
reset
people,
game?
they probably did.
We'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
I
What
like
do
this
you
new
say,
content.
friend?
Oh. I was enjoying the new content. Whoa. What?
Is that it? Oh, it's not.
But I was enjoying that.
There's nothing on Stanley Wait.
No place like home.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you
No, wait, it's
something.
Half-Life. You gotta be vent crawling around.
I was just making sure that just led to the normal game.
ever is. The end.
You remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Wow.
I call it the Memory Zone.
Whoa. This is cool.
Why does it look like TF2?
It does.
I want.
But who cares?
Experiences
It's new
at the
content.
launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video
The
games
Last
had
of
integrity.
Us.
Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
I need that in real life.
Yes.
I need
I
that.
need it. I have the original game still, actually. We can compare and contrast later.
You physically can't play the game.
What?
You need to get the "Don't play the game for 5 years" achievement.
I already got that.
Oh, how?
Oh yeah, I got that achievement. Oh yeah, that one too.
How do you get unachievable again? I forgot.
Console commands.
Ah, right.
It's my first dollar.
It's
my
first dollar, lad.
Oh no, SpongeBob! I'm going to kill you because you destroyed my first dollar. Yeah, whatever. The Stanley Parable.
dollar, Mr.
The
SpongeBob.
Stanley Parable Alpha Test. Nominee. And nominee. New video game releasing today.
And
Creators-
surprisingly down to earth. Podcast hinder.
Where?
It says 50% off designer hat. Wait a minute.
But a small creature owns the other half. Hey, the New York Times. Stanley Parable deals tough choices. Oh yeah, that one. This looks great. I can see the fact that the JPEG's in the background, but
Aw.
oh, that's nice. Sad, but honorable mention. Honorable mention. Winner.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk.
They better have actually
with an
put that
hour of
review
new
up.
elevator content.
Oh.
Oh, right, it's the portal part from the original.
The what?
The part where you go to Portal in Minecraft. We
I
built-
remember the Minecraft part, but I don't think the portal part was
No, that was part of
canon.
it. That was part of it.
Huh.
It's a title screen from the original. The buttons. When Stanley really just didn't have a face.
Yeah, that's weird. How during the famous Stanley ending, he had a face that was everywhere.
Male 07 or something.
Male 07, my brother.
Neat.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in
The
a game.
band.
9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone. To spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved
That was from
memories.
I think that was from a YouTube video.
Curious.
Oh, I remember that. How do I get through?
Use NoClip XD.
Well, now what?
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam.
Oh no,
Online
not
video
Steve.
game distributor.
Oh.
I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Oh no, Steam.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining.
This person's account is gonna get bombed.
Funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound
This is honestly really
philosophical
cool.
insights that I can't
Yeah.
even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Well, I will say one thing. Source 2.
Looks amazing.
Yeah, but like, why didn't they use Source 2?
I don't know. Man, why can't I read every single one of these?
Question mark.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley
Just
Parable
recommended over
isn't
there.
quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes.
Okay,
Yes,
I
begin
think
to
these
feel
were
it.
all
If I'm truly
faked
too preachy,
reviews.
then
It's
maybe
entirely
letting him
possible for
skip
them to
ahead
be
for just a moment, surely it couldn't
real.
hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative
'Cause
reviews.
I don't think that they
Only
would put
positive reviews of the
real
Stanley
reviews.
Parable. That's my motto.
Oh, what the?
It's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for.
Doesn't bore
and
me.
I'm very proud to have delivered.
Usually.
No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all, until the end
The time is marching towards our inevitable death.
So, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, no, until 245. And the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore
this is
becomes
entertaining.
impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say...
No, he's starting to be Shakespeare.
Or what have you.
Oh,
And
it's
therefore,
looped.
by becoming it is. So on and so forth, until... Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games.
It started looping.
I happen to believe
Yeah, I
it's perhaps
noticed.
one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you
I
very
think there's an
briefly.
ending if you
can
just
tell me
keep
what you
pressing
think.
the skip
Okay,
button
so
even if
my
he's still
theory
talking.
is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made
I'm
by the
sure this
person who
you're
you
supposed to
are
keep on
or
pressing
were
it.
or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you
Oh,
bring
I
that
couldn't
choice
tell.
into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making
By the way,
every
that's
choice
not
to which
what he
you've
was saying
ever given
before.
your great gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once. That you are both making choices and not making choices, and that they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first, I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it. But wouldn't you say that manifesto just has a much grander sort of tone? It has a mouthfeel that is rich with ambition and history. Ambitious history.
Manifesto does sound cooler.
See, now you've gotten me going back to manifesto. Heavens,
Yeah.
at this rate, we're going to be here all day. Okay, look, I have a method for exactly this sort of situation, and I do find myself in this situation frequently. I'm going to say each word back and forth in repeated succession until I become sick of one or the other, in which case the word I am not sick of shall be the victor. It is an unimpeachable strategy, Stanley. It's rescued me
Well,
from disaster in countless
It actually,
situations.
that doesn't
All
sound
right,
like that bad of
here we
a
go.
strategy.
Treatise, manifesto, treatise, manifesto, treatise, manifesto, treatise, manifesto, treatise, manifesto, treatise. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll
Cookie
edit
9.
the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have
Steam
been a
works.
smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise
Steam
of using
powered.
the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make
Gabe
it
Newell
possible to edit
will
one's review.
instantly
Mainly
do
because
that.
of this very situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review, so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. Something along the lines of, this game is the best game. Let me start over. How about this? From the ashes of depravity,
From the
phoenix of quality. How else to describe the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe?
Okay.
Such a revolution. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable.
Where'd the door go?
But it's, well, there's really only so much
Weird.
I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this
That's what I was saying.
I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button.
Can you open up this?
Before, wasn't there? I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall? Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all. I'm asking you to work with me here. We need a door. We need a door of some kind. I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door. I don't know how exactly.
I just like to say, when the sending is over, I gotta go to sleep.
But I will
Almost
find
one.
a way, I promise. You just need to not do anything. Don't press the skip button. Please, please, please do not press the skip button. Just wait here for me, and don't press the skip button. Got it? Yes, good. I'll be right back.
Big.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen.
It's been
there.
12 years, Stanley.
Are getting longer, but they're really
Go be
truly getting longer.
$12.
My God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times.
I'm gonna be gone for a
And
year
there's no
next.
door, Stanley. There's no door.
Imagine that
And the button, and
you
it's
get
making
the
pressing
don't
it.
play the game
I
for
have
5
no
years
idea
achievement
what'll
by
happen.
doing
I
this
have
enough.
no idea how long I'll be made to sit here, and more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it, and I have to believe. I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix the problem? Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so
Are you
much
trying
to
to
me?
do
I've
dodge
never
rolls?
met Cookie Nine. I have no idea who they are.
I'm bored.
What would it ever really matter? But here I am. I'm fixating on every tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me. The merest mention of one of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant as a child, wild and impulsive. I can't help myself. I can't stop myself from lashing out with a vengeful fury to alter and to change and to break anything unbroken, if only it pleases this one person. Oh, Stanley,
I didn't mean to.
you're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time.
I was just spamming button.
Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been.
I definitely think that
Me talking
the
and you saying nothing.
spamming the button no matter what he says is a perfectly good idea.
Like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear
Hey,
me,
can I just say, what's with the fences?
means I'm real.
I don't know.
Like,
Maybe I'm not just
they look
affectionate.
like normal
Was I
fences,
scared of that all
but
along?
just stuck in the ground.
Yes. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time, that if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it. I can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch of emptiness between you and me. When you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us, and I am suspended in its unyielding quietness. I can feel the edges of my reality curdling inward and decaying. I can tell that I am becoming less and less real. Yet to speak to you now, I am alive. I am truly and completely here. I am a being. I am someone. I am something. I am being listened to. I am being recognized. The emptiness between us has collapsed, and I feel right now like I am not a work of fiction. I feel as though I occupy space in this world again, and I have cast a shadow onto the wall. You see what I'm saying, don't you? You can see what this means to me. I'm so clear about it now, Stanley. I feel as certain about this
I don't
as
want to
I've
push the
ever
button
felt
again.
about
I don't want to be
anything at all.
rude.
I feel renewed. I feel restored, and already I can sense the looming silence as you will press the button for the next time. What a terrible dread it strokes in my heart to think of it. To think of
As soon as you
returning to such
stop
coldness.
saying new things, I'm
Come,
pressing the button.
let us sit in silence
Yeah.
here for just a moment. Let us anticipate it. Let us welcome it. Let us not run from it.
Dread it. Welcome. Oh, sweet, finally.
Let us Metroid dread it.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about
Oh,
you and about us
it's
and about
you.
everything we've been through. I've had
It's been
so
a
much
long time.
I stopped keeping
How have
track
you been?
after a year.
I've
Never
been
sat
busy
down in
being
one
dead.
place and not moved for one entire year. Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich
You know,
wellspring of both delight and disgust.
I'm gonna let you finish, but
simultaneously.
I'm not.
Oh, the light isn't even on anymore.
Yeah, it wasn't on last time.
No, I mean the light for the button. Oh, never mind. Now it is. Is the narrator dead?
I don't know.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the
There you go.
world. Let's
Okay,
do the
say something.
What?
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
They gotta go on a mass test.
Whoa. What happened here?
Oh no, this is becoming Portal 2.
Oh.
Portal 2.
Portal 2.
Portal 2. Yep, there we go. It's been a long time.
I've been really
Oh. Oh.
busy being dead. Jeez.
It's hard to imagine this all started with an elevator ride.
Yeah.
Or like, not really an elevator, like a minecart kind of.
Curious Retro, where's my hood? On my Sprite, I don't have my hood on. On the Friday night, my Sprite for character doesn't have a hood on.
Yeah, it's annoying.
But it's like my entire thing. I look weird without it.
How long has it been? How long have I been skipping? The
Well, you
button's
pressed the button like 10 times.
it's no longer working. Guess I'll just wander off into the wilderness. The sand wasteland. And we're back.
All of his
I'm done.
coworkers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he simply
That
missed
new
a
content lasted a while.